Breaking overnight, a deadly crash in one section of the city. The crime police say happened just before the crash.
Vandals caught on camera. They decide to deface a Philadelphia landmark as the owners mourn their patriarch's death. A look at the damage left behind.
And large addition. It's never too early to talk about Christmas. Oh, maybe it is. A holiday staple returning to the city this year with something new you won't be able to miss.
Those stories and more on today's edition of The Lineup. It is Wednesday, October 15th, 2025.
Hey everyone, I'm NBC 10's Keith Jones.
And I'm NBC 10's Erin Coleman. Let's get you up to speed with what you need to know today. Starting with a story we began following as breaking news first thing this morning in Philadelphia's Holmberg section. Police are investigating a homicide at a home there. And a source tells us that the investigation involves an off-duty member of the fire department. However, not clear why exactly police were called or what the circumstances are. The situation was one of two breaking stories we were on top of in Philadelphia this morning.
The other was the city's Oak Lane neighborhood, where a stolen vehicle was involved in a crash that killed one person. Police said this Dodge Durango slammed into at least two cars at 2nd and Cheltenham, left one person inside this mangled up car dead. Police arrested two people at the scene. We're still working to find out whether anyone else was hurt. Stay with NBC 10 on air and online for breaking news throughout the day. Download the free NBC 10 app to get updates sent straight to your phone.
For the first time, we're seeing surveillance video of a man setting fire to Governor Josh Shapiro's home in Harrisburg. The video coming to light the same day that the suspect admitted to the crime. Cody Balmer was sentenced to 25 to 50 years in prison after pleading guilty to attempted murder and arson yesterday. The newly released video shows Balmer sneaking up to the governor's mansion in the middle of the night back on April 13th, setting the home on fire with a pair of Molotov cocktails. 22 people were inside, including the governor, his wife, and 3 of their children. It's been 6 months since it happened, and Shapiro says video of the attack still haunts him.
They've been haunting me for months. I've been trying to unsee them for the last 6 months. It's especially hard to know that he tried to burn our family to death while we slept.
The governor and his family, they were sleeping behind those double doors that Balmer tried to break in with a sledgehammer but couldn't. Balmer admitted to police he had plans to attack the governor with that sledgehammer had he run into him. In Montgomery County, parents are blasting the Cheltenham School District in the wake of 2 security breaches.
NBC 10 was the first to uncover the lapses. Last night, we were the only station there as parents demanded answers to the school board. The meeting follows our reporting that found a former student made his way into Cheltenham High School last Wednesday and pulled the fire alarm. Police say he was armed with a realistic-looking BB gun when they arrested him. The district only shared information about the incident to members of Cheltenham High School, not district-wide. And parents say that was a mistake.
Oh, it was a BB gun. Further investigation was a BB gun. When I found out what that looked like, that it was a black Uzi-looking gun? From NBC 10.
In another incident, an employee found a man who was experiencing homelessness sleeping inside the district's administration building. Superintendent tells us one of the immediate actions they're taking is to double up staff at entry points at the school. The district also plans to work with a security contractor to do a security audit at all their buildings. The owners of Termini Brothers in South Philadelphia say they are devastated this morning.
That's after a group vandalized the staple bakery, and the owners say this could not have come at a worse time. We get that story from NBC 10's Neil Fischer in South Philly.
Termini Brothers called this a gut punch, but there is good news. A community life improvement program crew is out here cleaning up the mess that was left behind. This happened early Monday morning around 12:15. Video released by Termini Brothers shows a group of people outside the business vandalizing a van that was parked on the street. Then one of the people in the group decided to climb a fence and get onto the roof, then spray paint the business. In the meantime, another person spray painted the guardrail outside the business. The family says the last few weeks have been rough. This vandalism comes as the family grieves the loss of their father, Vincent Termini Sr., who died in early October. Termini Brothers released a statement saying in part, quote, "For those who may not realize or understand, we take extreme pride in the cleanliness and image of our property and our neighborhood," end quote. Termini Brothers said they will clean up and continue to do what they do as a foundation of the neighborhood. As you can see, cleanup is underway right now. The store opens at 11 o'clock later today, so it should be clean when the store opens for customers. Reporting in South Philadelphia, Neil Fischer, NBC 10 News.
A new children's music sensory garden and outdoor classroom is now open in South Philadelphia. It's at the Philadelphia Performing Arts School on Broad. More than 1,200 students from the school's 2 campuses can play here. Very nice.
That is nice.
Hey, plans for Philadelphia's Christmas Village are already taking shape.
Yeah, a towering new attraction will highlight the village this year. A 30-foot tall German Christmas pyramid will serve as the centerpiece of Love Park this time around. The rotating windmill-like structure will be visible from blocks down the Ben Franklin Parkway. Previews for the Christmas Village begin November 22nd.
You're not going to be able to miss it.
I know. 71 days to Christmas.
Did you look that up?
Isn't that crazy? Clock is ticking.
I'm not ready.
Hey, someone in our area is going to be a big winner.
Yeah, they won $1 million on a scratch-off lottery ticket. It was sold at this Giant store on Cowpath Road in Hatfield Township, Montgomery County. The store will get a $5,000 bonus for selling the winning ticket. The lucky winner has 1 year to claim the prize. New research shows 3 in 10 adults are still afraid of the dark.
Which is crazy. Researchers looked at how scary movies can affect this fear. It found men were more likely to get nightmares than women from the dark. Men were slightly more likely than women to have this fear. A quarter of the people said they sleep with a nightlight, and 10% of people sleep with the lights on. Men were twice as likely to do that. In fact, the survey was conducted by Talker Research. So down there in our newsroom right now, there are like a few people who sleep with the lights on.
Because they're afraid of the dark.
Because they're afraid of the dark.
Listen, I get the nightlight because sometimes you can like bump into stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
you know, that's a safety thing, especially when you get to a certain age. But the being afraid of the dark, and listen, adults sleep with stuffed animals too, to make them feel better.
Yeah,
that was
like
part of that study too.
Does. Yeah. Is your husband afraid of the dark?
No, my
Could
kids
you
are.
imagine? Yeah, because they're kids.
And I feel like they're
Could
too
you
old to be
imagine?
afraid of the dark. But no.
My wife looked at me like, really? Who's going to save us?
Yeah, who is going to
save us if I'm afraid of the dark?
Who's coming to the rescue?
I mean,
listen, you got to put big boy pants on and figure it out.
Yes, you do, 100%. Get those big boy pants.
That does it for today's edition of The Lineup.
For Erin Coleman, I'm Keith Jones. You can get NBC 10 updates right here on the NBC 10 app. You also catch us weekday mornings from 5 to 7 a.m. Have a great day.
We'll see you.